In this video, let's talk about how can you get 100,000 pesos a month of income by investing in the stock market. So if you're new to this and want to know more, how is it done or how much do you need to put in the stock market for it to happen, check this video out. Hey guys, so for this video, I want to tackle a topic that has been sent out a couple of times in, via my social media. And I've been getting questions about how are you supposed to get income from the stock market. So just to quantify things as well, or just to qualify things, please remember this: the stock market is an amazing way for you to grow money. I highly suggest that you use it, that you don't touch it. You use it that you just let it grow and grow for you. Every time you make money off of it, every time you make a good trade, do not use the money, just pile it back in. I've showed you so many examples that how good it is if you have earnings from the stock market, and that earnings, you do not take it out, but you just reinvest it, because the stock market really is a way for you to be able to grow your money. It's a great multiplier. It's a great way for you that if you have 100,000, you have 1,000,000. It's a great way for you to scale that money. It's not something that I highly suggest that you try to take out money, try to take out earnings from it, because if you take out earnings for it, the name of the game is still volume. The name of the game is for you having a larger base. And if you take out money from it, it means that you take out a piece of that base. You take out a piece of that money that will give you a potential to earn. That's why I've been stressing it also, even in the previous videos, that you only put money in the stock market that you're not willing to lose. That you're willing to lose. Meaning, if it goes to zero, you're okay with it. So if your money comes to a certain point already that you're not comfortable with it already, that means you have to take that money out. The money that you have in the stock market should be an amount of money that you're just willing to take out in return. But here's the thing: to answer this question and to give context to this video, we want to get 100,000 pesos a month. So this is not my most ideal scenario for all of you guys, but just for computation purposes, I want to show it. What does it take for you to be able to do it? What does it take for you for it to be possible as well? So basically, 100,000 pesos is 100 times 12. It's 1.2 million pesos a month. And here's my first tip, by the way. People always see it from a monthly basis, that I need to get 100,000 pesos a month to be able to that as a target. Don't make that your target. Please don't, because you don't know how your earnings will be on a monthly basis. You don't know if it's a good market or a bad market 4 months down the line. So my first suggestion into all of this is, don't look at it from a 100,000 peso perspective. Look at it from a yearly perspective. That if your goal is 100,000 pesos, that means you need 1.2 million pesos. Because if you're looking at it from a monthly perspective, that's still going back from an employment perspective, that as an employee, you're earning from a monthly basis. But as an investor, as an entrepreneur, look at it from a perspective of how much cash flow do I need for it to be able to take care of my expenses. And it doesn't have to be on a monthly basis, because one good earnings can take care already of a year's worth of income for you as well. Now, here's the context also as I start to show you this. If you look at the sheet that I'm showing you here, you will see that the average return of the S&P 500 over a stretched period of time is 10%. So that's factoring it in from 1926, from the time they started to measure it. Just to give you context for those who don't know what the S&P 500 is, it's an index. It's an index of the 500 biggest stocks in the US. A lot of people use that as a benchmark. So it's like the PSEI for the Philippines, but the PSEI is only 30 companies representing the Philippines. S&P 500 are stocks in the US. So if you notice it, also stocks in the US, it's not just that they're in the US, it's also that they have global and multinational operations as well. So people use it as a benchmark also, because the US market is one of the largest markets in the world. And it's not just it's the largest market in the world. What if something bad happens to Nike, meaning they lose a lot of sales in Asia, it affects the Nike global brand, it affects the Nike stock, the entire company, the entire corporation, then it also hits then it has a ripple effect through all of the countries around the world. So that's the context of why I'm using the S&P 500. So what studies have shown is that across the 1920s up until where we are now, the average return that the S&P 500 has given is around 10% only. That also factors in years where the returns have been really good. That also factors in years that the returns are really bad. That also factors in years that where it's just average or it's just so-so returns. And the reason why I'm showing this also is that I believe that this people watching this will be from a broad range. No, this factors in those that are really good traders. This factors in people who are not really good in investing, and it factors in also those who are right smack in the middle. That's why I'm using this as an average. Can you earn more than 10% consistently in the stock market? It's possible. Can you also lose more than 10%? It's possible, but I'm using this as a benchmark. So I've placed this. Here you'll see money needed per year is 1.2 million pesos. It actually means that this is 100,000 pesos per year, per month. Multiplied by 12, it's 1.2 million pesos. So here's the thing. Since the average return of the S&P 500 is 10%, the base, first things first, that you will need to get baseline for you to easily get 100,000 pesos a month or 1.2 million, you need 12 million pesos. So how do you get that? That's where you start combining your stock trades. That's where you start combining other sources of income for you to get that 12 million. But if you look at it, 12 million times 0.1 or 10% will give you 1.2 million pesos. That 1.2 million pesos will give you 100,000 a month. However, the thing that I'd like to submit to all of you is this. If this is your methodology, the problem is, what if the year after the market is down, then you won't have any earnings? And the reason why I suggest this also, by the way, is if you earn 1.2 million pesos from the entire 2020, take that money out, that's what you will have to spend for next year. However, the negative side of that is the 12 million, you will have to remove money, meaning you're lessening your capital every time you do it. But let me share this to you. What if in that particular year, in this year 2020, you get a really good return? Say you earn let's say 0.30% or 0.3, you earn 30%. So that means from your 12 million pesos, you earn 3.6 million extra from the 12 million that you have. So what my suggestion is this: since you need 1.2 million pesos to live next year, take that 1.2 million, you're left with a surplus of 2.4 million. That 2.4 million, do not touch it, leave it in the market. That makes your capital for 2021 14.4 million pesos. So what does that mean? Even if, for example, you underperform, you only earn 8% for 2021, you still get close to the amount that you need. So what's nice about that, on good years, you try to stock up and you try to put as much as you can so that you have a larger position for years that are actually bad. So for example, let's say it's still, you get 0.15%, just to assume things. You get 0.15%, so now you have a surplus of, you have earnings of 2.1 million pesos, and you have a surplus of 960,000. You have a surplus of 960,000. So your capital for the next year will be, you have 12 million plus the surplus that you had also from the previous year. So if I will add the surplus that I had from the previous year, which is this, you will have this much money. So I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say, that the name of the game when you start doing this is, number one, on good years, you don't touch your capital, you get what you need for the next year, so that it still stays as capital for the next year that you will trade, so that if there's a bad year, you still have may pundar pa kayo, may extra pa kayo, you have something extra for you to hedge you should you have a bad year. If you just keep on getting good years, so that will be nice, that will be better for you, so that you get positioned and your base just keeps getting bigger. The bigger your base is, higher movements, you will actually earn more. Now here's what's interesting, that's the way you earn from that, is if you buy and you sell, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. It's something that's harder to predict. But what I want to submit to all of you is this: what if you can have passive income for life? And I've made so many videos about that. If you haven't seen that yet, you just look at my videos on dividends, Marvin Gurmo dividends. I have a playlist also for that, or you can just put it in the search tab, Marvin Gurmo preferred shares, and that will come up. One way for you to have passive income for life is to buy stocks that give you dividends, because As long as the company is performing well, as long as the company is earning, you will get that dividend. You will get that specific amount that you can earn on a regular basis. So that's why it's more amazing, because you don't have to sell it. That's why I like dividend investing, because for capital appreciation, for you to be able to make money, you have to sell and you have to remove that base. And if there's one thing I know, is you have to make that base big. You have to make that asset bigger, and then don't take out the profits yet. Don't take out the profits. You could touch, I guess, the dividends, but not your capital, not the main stock that you have. And that's what I want to submit to all of you. Now, what I'm showing you here is for you holding onto your position, and as you start to hold onto your position, just try to live off the dividends. Meaning, how much money would you need if you want to live and get 100,000 pesos a month or 1.2 million pesos a year via passive income, via dividends? Please do note, since when you live via dividends though, depending on the price that you get it, your yields would be somehow smaller as compared to capital appreciation. But let's start. I'm going to show you three of, I guess, the highest dividend paying common shares in the market. You can still get preferred shares also, which will give you also a higher rate of return. But I'm going to show you GMA7, SPC, and Globe Telecoms. So this is under the assumption that GMA7, SPC, and Globe Telecoms will give the same amount of dividends that they gave out in 2019. That being said, also, there could be changes in this. Number one, the biggest change is if they give higher dividends, then the amount of money that you will get will be higher. If they give lower dividends, then you may need to do some recalculations as well. And number two, the dividend yield that I'm showing you here is based on the stock price as of today. So if it's February 6, it's based on the stock price intraday that I got, but roughly it will be close to that as well. So please remember, the dividend yield is highly dependent on the stock price that you buy it and buy the stock from, and the dividends that they would give out as well. If you want to know more about dividends, it's in my book, Winning Strategies for Investing. I plotted the definition of that there. If you want to get a copy of Winning Strategies for Investing, it's in the description below. You can order that via Shopee, or if you want a more personal learning about it, you can go to our seminars. It's under Fundamental Analysis. We have one, Stock Smarts Manila, this March, or just try to search some of my videos also on dividend yield. So anyways, GMA7, the dividend that GMA7 were over here gave last 2019 is 45 centavos. So meaning, the total shares that you would need for you to be able to get 1.2 million pesos is 2,700. So just to reiterate, for you to earn 1.2 million pesos just purely by dividends alone, you need to buy 2,700 shares of GMA7. That being said, the current yield for that will be 8.49% given the stock price of 5.5 pesos and 30 centavos. I hope you're getting this. If you're not getting this, comment it below and I'll try to make another video version of this, and I'll try to make it as simple as it can be. But this is basically the pure computation side of this. So I'll repeat. 0.45. Please comment. I want to know if this is something that's something that you guys can understand. If it's too complicated, I'll make another video. If this is just right for you guys, then amazing. So 0.45. Total shares that you need is 2.7 million. The money that you will get from that roughly around 1.2, and your dividend yield will be 8.49%, given that the stock price is 5.30. And here's the clincher though. For you to be able to get 2.7 million shares, you need a 14.3 million peso capital. So as you notice it in the capital appreciation example a while ago, given the 10% return of the S&P 500, assuming that it gives you around 10% over a stretch period of time, you only need around 12 million peso capital. But now, since you're trying to live off dividends, the capital that you need for GMA7, given a 5.3 peso stock price, is 14.3 million. However, that's passive income already. As long as GMA7 maintains that dividend as a dividend payout of 45 centavos, you will always get 1.2 million pesos a year. If the dividend would increase, then you would get even a higher amount of return. Next, SPC, one of my favorites for dividends. For those who watched my dividend video, SPC was one of the highest there. The dividend that SPC gave last year was 1.1 peso per share. Given its current stock price, it's 9 pesos per share. The yield that you will be getting is around 12.22%. It's very, very high. The thing about SPC though is it's not as liquid, so it may be harder for you to buy a lot of shares. You need to start accumulating in small tranches for you to be able to get positions in it. Anyways, the total shares needed for you to be able to get 1.2 million pesos of passive income from dividends is 1.1 million shares. So you need to accumulate 1.1 million shares, and the total capital needed is 9.9 million pesos. So if you notice it also, the capital needed is smaller as compared to GMA 7 because the dividend yield of SPC is higher. So what you need to know, the higher the dividend yield, the lower the cash out that you need, but you will almost get the same amount of return. That's why I keep sharing it in the seminars, in the videos, and in the books, how important dividend investing is, but not just dividend investing, the yields that you would get off the dividends as well. Comment below if you are learning. By the way, lastly, Globe Telecoms, if you want to get 1.2 million pesos a year or 100,000 pesos a month, you will need to buy 13,200 shares of Globe, giving you 91 pesos. At the current stock price of 1.996 or 1,996, your dividend yield will be 4.56. And as you notice, lower dividend yield, you will need a larger amount of capital. You would need 26 million pesos to get passive income for life via Globe Telecom. So I'm not sure if I hope you get the logic that for this to become passive, you also need a large amount of money for you to grow your portfolio. So that's where you combine either. That's why I keep saying it to people. You do not touch your base. What you put in the market should be amounts of money that you don't plan to touch, so that your base becomes bigger, so that later on you can take that money and you can transfer it into some stocks that will give you dividends. And that's how it becomes passive income for life, because the name of the game is passive income for life. The name of the game is, if you have this is, by the way, me sharing this is not the most sexy. No, people don't like this because it doesn't talk about breakouts, it doesn't talk about reversals, it doesn't talk about get rich quick. This is boring. But I say this all the time. What will make you rich are the things that are boring. What will make you rich are the things that allow you to become focused and steady. It's not get rich quick, it's always get rich right. And I'll say this over and over, this channel is never about get rich quick. This channel is all about loving the process, what will allow you to be able to live the life that you want, what will allow you to be to do the things that you want, what will allow you that you don't have to work a job, you don't have to be employed. Is you doing the work right now. If you are in a job right now, don't spend as much as you can, try to get as much income as you can, and you keep plowing that into the market until your base becomes bigger. I hope you got a lot from this. If you want more variations of computations like this, comment I want more, so I will make more videos like this. If you want the Excel sheet, comment I want the Excel sheet, and I'll try to give you the link where you can put your email so that the team can send it to you as well. And then if you're new to this channel, would super appreciate it. I try to make daily contents just to help educate Filipinos, and that's just my main goal. I just want to educate you guys. I just want you guys to win, and super appreciate it if you could subscribe, super appreciate it if you could like, super appreciate it if you could comment, you could share this video to friends that you think need this. Because if you notice it doesn't take you to become super smart to get rich. It doesn't take you to become super talented to get rich. It's about being disciplined enough, doing the grind, doing the hustle when people are not doing it, when people are not saving, people are not investing, you're the one doing it. And I hope you got a lot from all of this, and all of the links for the seminars, books, and other videos are down in the description below. And I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all. Hi everyone, I'm Marvin Gurm. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and my goal for this channel is to help you, to educate you so you can trade the markets with confidence. So if you want content about the stock market, investing, entrepreneurship, and how to make your goals be hit, how do you achieve financial freedom, subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing.